that's dealt with. Finally, we're about to start. So, as you can see, I've got the thing at around 40 minutes because we're not going to watch the start of the whole video. We just want to get, of course, to the predictions for last year, react to it. I did okay, but really get through this, and then of course we can move on to the ladder prediction for this year. So let's start. Oh yeah, hang on, just wait a minute, turn that off. There we go. Put the sound up a little bit. It's just it's being really slow. Hang on. Is it not gonna? Just wait a second.
Yeah. But there you go. I did say that the Lions would win the grand final in this video. They did. They didn't finish second. They finished. So we've got 1 to 4, 5 to 8,
Here we are.
9 to 12, 13 to 16, and 15 to 18. So to start off with, the Lions. Well, they ain't finishing around there, I don't think. Top 4? You know what? I think they will. Now, obviously, they have won the grand final. And this happens to so many teams. They have the hangover. They win the grand final and they start losing the first 4 or 5 games.
Let's just pause it for a sec. So I had Brisbane as the minor premiers. They came so close to doing that. Obviously, they won the grand final. They came third. They had a really strong season. There were still a few games where they, especially at home, they were a little bit iffy. But overall, they did really well last year. The Lions, they beat my Geelong side in the grand final. It was a cracking contest throughout, but not just that. They had just proved why there's such a hard side to beat in the competition, the Brisbane Lions. And this year, could they be aiming for a three-peat for just the second time in their history? Possibly. But I'll take that. 2 points off. Lions coming third, thought they'd claim them on a premiership. Obviously, we know who came first last year, but no, I'll take that. Off to a really good start.
Regular season. But, with that being said, in saying that, Brisbane are good enough. Who knows? Maybe they will go back to back.
They did.
You don't know with a team like this. They could be unpredictable. I think they'll make the top 4. I think they'll finish. I think they'll finish second. I think they're going to finish 4th. I think they'll finish 4th. Yeah. Who's this here? Can I scroll down a bit? There we go. That's better. Melbourne Demons. No. I think so. I think they're going to miss the 8 this year, Melbourne, unfortunately. Oliver could be leaving soon.
He did leave. He's now at GWS, so that's going to really hurt Melbourne's chances. I did move them eventually. I put them in 14th, only 4 places off. They came 14th. I put them at 10th. Yeah, I'll take that. Didn't really expect them to do a whole lot this season, Melbourne. It was sort of, I guess, a year to reflect back on, not so fondly. Simon Goodwin is now gone. There is a lot that's, it's not great for Melbourne. very forgetful season. Maybe next year, maybe this year will be better. Sorry, probably not. I think Melbourne are going to be in a bit of a miserable patch for a few years. They've got some exciting talent with Petty and who else is at the side? I'm trying to think of. They've still got Rivers, whatever his name is. He's an exciting player. But not great, was it, for Melbourne last year? Poor old Melbourne. But I'm sure they'll do okay this year. They won't be making the top 8 again, I don't think. But not really much to say about Melbourne, unfortunately. Just wasn't a year to remember.
Neil Bullen has looked elsewhere for a different club in South Australia.
He's done really well with that
and
decision.
Petrarca, you got to feel sorry for the guy. So a lot's going on, and Simon Goodwin's under a lot of pressure. So I think this will be a bit of a rebuild year maybe for the D's. I don't know. I think they'll get some good wins here and there, but I just don't think they'll be pushing for that top 8 spot. Carlton.
Oh boy. Oh.
I'm not so sure about top 4, but I'll give them top 8.
Oh, it's boys. So I put them. What did I do? I gave them 7th. They came 11th. So I don't know why. 5 to 8th. I put them. So 4. It's not the worst result, but then again, it's not great, is it? They didn't make the 8. They were extremely disappointing this year, Carlton. This really was their chance to, I don't know about push for a flag, but like you lose to Richmond in the first round. You still get mocked by that. You lose to Hawthorn embarrassingly. Things just didn't go their way this year. There were a lot of games where they were in for the contest, but really sorry about that. Where was I? Carlton. Carlton came 11th. Thought they'd come 7th. Obviously, that didn't happen. But yeah, there were a few matches where they were in the contest at stages, but I mean, you lose to North Melbourne in one of the final rounds of the season at the G. That was pretty bad. No Brownlow. Brownlow? No, Brownlow. No Brownlow for Brownlow. Yes, sorry. No Brownlow medal for Patrick Cripps or Charlie Curnow. Of course, it went to Matty Ralph on the Gold Coast Suns. Wow. But yeah, not a lot of positives for Carlton. Quite a few injuries. Had games that they should have won. Just didn't go their way, unfortunately.
I don't know where to put them yet exactly in the 8 mark, but I think they'll finish around like 6th or 7th.
Yeah, they really didn't.
It's going to be an interesting one this year for the Baggers. Michael Voss coaching still. They can get those players back fit from injury. I mean, who knows? One of them could have another breakout year with kicking sausage rolls. Possibly not. Who knows?
Why don't I just shut up?
All the best, Carlton.
Yeah.
Collingwood. You'd expect them to bounce back, wouldn't you? From finishing 9th. I think they will. They've done this before, and I think top 4. No, I don't think so. I don't think top 4.
I know nothing about the game. They came 4th. I had them for 8th. Again, not not the worst, only 4 points off. If I said 6th or something, that would have been a lot better. But no, Collingwood did really well compared to the year prior. They did well in 2025. They were okay in the finals, losing to Brisbane in the prelim. But other than that, they had some really good wins. They had some wins that, or some losses that blew your mind, I'll say that. One of the games of the year they had was against Geelong at the MCG. It was a kick after the siren, and it was Jamie Cripps, and it went to the right, through for a behind, and the Cats held on by 3 points by less than a goal. So there were some exciting matches this year, and Jamie Elliott was on fire. He took one of the marks of the year. And Scotty Pendlebury's still playing, going into his 20th season as captain. Is he? Oh, it was Dicey Moore captain. I can't keep up with this shit. But no, it's been quite the season for Collingwood, and perhaps they'll go one better this year. But we'll get to that later on. But yeah, I'll take that. It could be a lot worse. If I said they were 9th, it'd be 5 positions off. So yeah. I'll take that one to the bank, I reckon.
I'm going to give them 5th. This is a difficult one. Last year, they looked concerning. They looked like they weren't trying. And towards the end of the year, they were very close, and they, of course, missed out by one position and maybe even a few points. But I think this year, they should be able to bounce back. I'm not so sure about top 4. I think around that mark there, possibly. We'll sort out where they actually go. I've put them in 5th for the time being, and this can be interchangeable whenever. My team, the Cats, top 8, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Top 4 again?
Definitely.
I don't know. Fine, top 4.
So let's just pause. Obviously, the Cats made into the grand final, made the top 4, finished 2nd, and I put them 4th. I'm pretty happy with that, only 2 places off. Very good season, much better than last year. This year was better, I feel. And Jazza, oh man, he was so close. He wasn't too far from 100 goals. What? No, I'm not done. Done. Ignore the disturbances in the background. That's just something else. Anyway, Geelong, how did they go? No, they did really well. I did want to see Jeremy Cameron kick 100 goals. Not to be. Could have possibly taken out the Coleman medal. Oh, he did take out the Coleman medal for the most goals kicked, but he got that shoulder injury in the grand final, which was annoying. But no, very happy with how the Cats went this season. Obviously got beaten in the grand final. full-handedly. I'll be back in a second. Just wait a sec. Sorry about that. I had to put the camera down for a sec. Where was I? Yeah, Geelong doing really well. Man, it hurt. It really hurt. But, you know, you just roll the punches, don't you? Yeah, no, very good season. Well done, Cats, and well done, Jezza. Very entertaining.
Yeah, no, Geelong this season. We got Bailey Smith from the Western Bulldogs, who I never really liked. So what will he do?
Oh,
He's
yeah,
back.
Bazza.
He's back from the whole.
He had a sensational season.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about it, you know, with what's going on with him. But yeah, could be an important asset to the team. Who knows? How will they go? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. No.
Next club.
Fremantle.
Rio.
Yeah. No way.
Oh boy.
No, I don't think so. I think they'll finish around that.
Yeah, obviously way off, finished 6th. But man, I mean, you beat Collingwood, the Western Bulldogs in the final 2 rounds, and it's enough to get you into the 8. However, you play the Gold Coast Suns in the elimination final at home, and you somehow bottle it, losing by a point. Oh my God, I'm sorry, but that is just laughable. Oh man, it's just too funny for words. The fact that Gold Coast, who, let's be real, the only way they got into the 8 was they got an easy match against Essendon, which the AFL did on purpose. We can talk about that later, but man, other than that, probably their best player was it Josh Tracy, until he got that nasty injury. I think he was their leading goal kicker. Caleb Sarong was okay. Yeah, a lot of their players just didn't really lift, I guess. They had some match-winning moments here and there, but let's be real, they didn't have that good of a season, I thought. And of course, Nat Fyfe retiring, which finally, oh man, never liked him, never have, never will. So glad he retired. What a drop kick. No, other than that, by the way, suck shit. Yeah. Oh man, I'm sorry. I still can't get over Gold Coast beating Fremantle in a final. What the hell? Far out. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Other than that, I did really crap at tipping them. But you know what? Who cares? They sucked because they couldn't even win that final. So what was the point?
Where was I? Yeah, Fremantle. Yeah. No, I don't think so. Nat Fyfe should retire. I'm sorry.
Hey, my wish came true.
Not convinced with them. They were crap. I know they got some big scalps. They beat Sydney away at the SCG, back-to-back seasons. But hey, you choked bigger than anything else before it. It's clear as day, really.
And in retrospect,
I don't think so.
they did the same thing this year.
No top 8 for you, Fremantle.
Oh man.
GWS.
The Giants. Man, I can't wait to talk about GWS. Oh boy.
Yeah, unfortunately. I gave them, 11th last year?
So third, only 2 places off, finishing 5th. I thought they'd make the top 4 again. I really did. I thought, this could be it. I don't know why that, because as you know, I hate GWS. But no, they were awful. They beat my team away again. Dickheads, man. Oh, the Cats should have won that fucking game. But fuck. For the first time, like 2024, we thought, wow, they have lost both finals matches in straight sets. I'm thinking, surely they don't lose the elimination final against Hawthorn at Homebush or Engie Stadium, whatever the shit that ground's called, shit stadium. And they do it. They lose to Hawthorn, who finished what? 8th. Yeah. 8th, did they? Yeah, they did. Yeah, they finished 8th. That's right. It's between the Bulldogs and the Suns. That's right. But yeah, fuck, they lost to Hawthorn. I didn't watch the game, but I was so happy that Hawthorn won. They won by almost 20 points. Almost just over, close to 3 goals, maybe slightly less. And yeah, that's it. They're gone. I didn't think they were that crash hot this year, GWS. They got some annoying wins. Melbourne, who else? Carlton, West Coast Eagles, even though no one really cares. Who else did they get an annoying win against? Essendon. They fucking signed Jake Stringer. What the actual fuck? Oh, and Jesse Hogan. Suck shit for not getting the Coleman. He'll still be in the side, of course, this year. Should go to a new club or retire. What is he doing at that side? Toby Green should not be playing. What else? Stephen Cornelio, no one cares about him. And Callan Ward, he should retire. I mean, he got that nasty knee injury last year. I mean, what is he trying to get at? Seriously. God, what a drop kick. Yeah, that's all I can say. But I'll take that. They came 5th. I gave them 3rd. 2 points off. Not angry with it. Not disappointed. That's all right. I'll take it.
Yeah, that clearly didn't happen, so I'll give them top 4. I can't believe it. Yeah, they'll have I don't know if they will have a good season or not. They're a very odd one, aren't they? Let's just switch this ladder up a bit, or we will in a sec. Righto. So yeah, we'll fix this up later. Come back to it. Hawthorn. They're good enough. Yeah. Will it happen? Have I fell for a trap? Have I? I don't know.
No.
I'm going to put them in there.
I gave them 5th, and they came 8th. They were good enough. Not only that, the finals, they were insane. They beat Adelaide at Adelaide Oval in the qualifying final. They beat... Who else did they beat? I'm just trying to remember. They beat GWS in the elimination final. What did they beat? They beat Adelaide in the semi-final, that's right. I've got to remember now. And then, yeah, we beat them by 30 points in the prelim final. Jack Gunston was probably their best goal kicker of the season. Their coach did really well. Ignore that. What else? just trying to think. Joe Newcomb had a good season. What's his name? Jack Ginnivan, not. Wasn't a bad season, but it wasn't overall exciting for him, I thought. They got really good attendance turnouts at their home venue. What else? They got some huge drubbings in terms of wins. Massive scores. So that was another thing. Overall, they had a pretty solid season. I had a feeling they'd finish around that position of 8th. I don't know why I gave them 5th, but they finished 8th. They were good enough, and it looks like they're going to go on to bigger and better things this year.
Yeah. Sixth. You know what? I reckon they'll shoot up a bit. They finished, what, 7th? I think they'll shoot up another position. Want to finish 6th. Had an outstanding season in 2024. Unbelievable season, no one saw it coming. They just shot up like that, 10 places up. How will they go this year? They might even do better. Who knows? Yeah. I can't put them in the bottom 4. I can't. Or 13th to 16th. No. I think I can put them in the 8. I really do. What we got here? Adelaide.
Oh boy.
So, disappointing. Can they do it? I am going to give them one last chance. Right?
I should have given them their last chance because they claimed the minor premiership. I had them what? I eventually changed their position, if I remember at this end of the video, for 17th. So 16 points off to an absolute flyer with that one. But no, Adelaide Crows, they had their best season since 2017. People were saying, hey, maybe they'll get their revenge after what Richmond did to them back almost 10 years ago. Obviously, that didn't happen. Getting knocked out in straight sets for the first time since, I believe, 83, achieved by Essendon. So it's only I think the 3rd time in the game that a team like that has achieved that feat. Not one to be proud of if you're an Adelaidean. Or a Crow Eater. Don't know why I'm using all these terms. But anyway, yeah, the Crows, other than that, they were brilliant. Riley Thilthorpe, I think, was their leading goal kicker. Even though he's a tall forward, he kicked over 50 goals for the season. They got some exciting wins, some debatable wins to say. They pumped Sydney by almost 100 points at the SCG. I think they only lost maybe a handful of games at Adelaide Oval, maybe. I'm just trying to remember. Something like 5 losses, 6 losses. Really strong season. The Adelaide Crows, they did really well though, and congratulations to them. Obviously they're disappointing that they couldn't go further on. Maybe this year things will be different, and maybe they'll be in the grand final. Who knows? It's going to be exciting. Well done, Adelaide. And I'm sure, what's his name? The Gaz man, who absolutely loves this club, he will be ecstatic with what the club did. I've seen his reaction video. Obviously, he didn't get too carried away with what they had done this year, but no, well done.
Crows, I'm counting on this. Right. You have it. Crows to finish 8th. Will it happen? see. Okay. Essendon. Essendon. They're a funny team. Familiar position, just like last year. Yes, last year. Yep, they'll probably start off
I'm going to pause. Essendon, they came 15th. And I eventually changed them to 13th. So I'll take that. Yeah, man, what a season to forget if you're a Don fan, man. 9-game losing streak, was it, towards the end of the season? I think they had in terms of injuries, I think they had the most out of any side. Was it Zach Merritt and the whole Hawthorn situation? I don't know if that's still true or not. I think it's just some sort of rumour. But, yeah, it was so forgetful. Well, they ended up with 6 wins. Their worst finish to a season, I think, since 2016, when they got, I think, their second ever wooden spoon, in the club's history. It was deplorable, to say the least. It really was. Their best win of the season, who was it against? That was worth, getting up for. They had a decent win against the Weagles, but, I mean, it's the Weagles. There's nothing really to celebrate about, I guess. They had a decent win over North Melbourne. They got their pants pulled down against Gold Coast by almost 100 points. It was a 95-point thumping. Yeah, seriously. What's his name? Kako? Isaac Kako for Essendon. He was exciting. He had a decent season. Darcy Parish did okay. Other than that, it was just injuries and just no real spirit, just nothing working, And I have a feeling this year might be the same story, but we'll God knows what's in store for us then this year. Anyway.
Really well, they'll be they'll win the first 3 games.
They really didn't.
Something, they'll win the first 2. And by the end of 12 weeks,
yep.
They'll be 8-2 or something, or 8-3. They're in pretty good form. And then next thing you know it, they lose the next 3 games, and they're 8-6. Then at one stage they're 10-9, and then it just falls apart from there. But who knows? Maybe they'll shoot up again.
They really didn't.
I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm putting them at 11.
I don't blame myself.
No? Yes, I am. Okay.
Gold Coast.
The Gold Coast Suns.
Oh, man.
Top 8? I don't think so.
It's not bad.
I wanted to. I just don't think it's going to happen.
It did happen. And we're going to talk about how it did happen.
I'm going to put them 9th. I think they're just going to miss it.
Yeah. So I would imagine practically every creator, vlogger, influencer, whoever would have said, Gold Coast, or pundit even, Gold Coast will just miss out on the 8 by a very slim, by only a few points and maybe percentage as well to go along with that. And for the first time in their history, they'd been in the competition for almost 2 decades, more than a decade even, about 15 years. They'd done it. They had broken the hoodoo. They'd made finals, and it was just incredible. Of course, we have to talk about it. The AFL, and this is what I reckon, and I've talked about this so many times, they devised a plan that the final round, they'd get a bonus round. So they played, was it who did they play? I can't remember. It might have been GWS or Port Adelaide or something, I think in the final round. And then they played a game on Wednesday night. Was it Wednesday? It was either Tuesday or Wednesday at what's it called? People First Stadium, I think it's called. It used to be called, I'm not even going to go into details of what it used to be called. It's just too confusing. They beat Essendon by almost 100 points. They eclipsed their previous record by a further almost 10 points, I think, which was against Hawthorn in 2017, which was, I believe, 87 points or 88 points. So by like a further 7 points, by practically another goal, they had almost gotten a 100-point win. 151, I think it is, to 56, was it? Something like that, if I remember. And yeah, like it's like 151 to 56, so a 95-point win. And I'm thinking the AFL did that on purpose, because if they didn't play that game, that would have been it. Hawthorn, no, not the Bulldogs. Who else would have maybe made the 8? No, not Carlton. I'm just trying to think. But anyway, like, yeah, when they won that game, that had locked them into 7th position. So the AFL thought, hey, we need to find a way for them to get into the 8. I know, we'll give them a round, an extra round, where they play Essendon, because they've got injuries and they're not interested. They don't care what happens. If they won, wow, they didn't win. And yeah, that's what happened. So, yeah, pretty crazy stuff. But putting that to a side, on how they got into the 8, let's be real, they had a really good season. They did. They were much better than what they were the year prior, playing away in Victoria. They couldn't win any games, but they beat the D's at the G. They beat Essendon at home. Who else did they get some big scalps against? Huge win over the Weagles. I think it was over 80 points, I think, something like that. They beat Adelaide in a thriller by like 3 points. They beat Hawthorn in a thriller in the top end. It's not easy to win games in the top end, let me tell you. No, they had a really strong season. They had a really good season. And they won a thriller against the Pies by like a point. So they were exciting. They did enough. They scored plenty of points. They had a lot of fun. They made the 8. They won a final. Who knows what's going to be in store for this side this year. It's going to be exciting if you're a Suns fan. So get up and about, get excited, because they've done really well, the Gold Coast Suns. So well done to them. Putting aside that win over Essendon, it's impressive to see, and it's good for the game as well. And all sides in the competition, barring, of course, whenever the Tassie Devils are going to come in, stupid name for a team, have played finals. Insane.
Out again. They're going to be really close, I think. Yeah. The Bulldogs. Yeah, no. I don't think they'll finish that.
No.
What do I think? You know what?
I'm pretty happy with my prediction.
11. I'll put Essendon there. There you go. 13.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no.
Let's pause it. Let's pause it before I even go into detail. Let's see. Finished 9th. Had them finishing 11th. 2 places off. Not too bad. I'll take that. They were crap. They really were. Yeah, they beat Sydney away by 9 points or whatever it was. Bullshit win. Sydney should have won. But let's be real. They were choke artists. Ignore that. They lose to Fremantle in the final round of the season by 17 points. 112 to 95 or whatever it was. And everyone's going, what the hell was that from the Western Bulldogs? And, I mean, come on. You win that game, you're in the 8. But no. People talk about how good Bontempelli is. Please, you should retire. He'll win the Brownlow one day. No, he won't. In his dreams. Just, they still have Luke Beveridge as their coach. Do they not? I mean, the writing is on the wall. Get a new coach. Oh my God. I think it's 2016. Oh my God, this club. Man. Anyway. Watching them screw up at the end of the season was just so funny. They deserved it. And when the Cats beat them by almost 20 points, that was so, man, chef's kiss. That was so satisfying. I think it was about 20 points. We did let them get to 100 points in terms of an aggregate over something like 220 points, I think, between both sides, but it doesn't matter. We beat them fair and square. Yeah. But no, I'll take that. They came 9th, had them for 11th, 2 places off. Not the worst result.
The Western Bulldogs, they don't deserve to make the 8 this year. They didn't deserve to make it last year. They didn't do anything. They were lucky to make it in. They've done this for so many years. They're just really average. And they're really boring. So, yeah, they deserve to be there, I think, the Dogs. North Melbourne.
I actually got this correct. North came 16th. My prediction, bang on. 16th on the ladder. 0 points. I don't lose any points for that one. Had a feeling. Didn't think they'd get out of the bottom 4, unfortunately. But people could say, they didn't really try this year. No, North pulled off a draw against Brisbane in Tassie. What was it, 71 apiece. They almost pulled off what would have been the upset of the year. They had, what's his name, who used to play for Sydney? Luke, I can't think of his last name. It'll come back to me, but no, North did okay. They beat Carlton at the MCG by like 11 points. Nick Larkey had an okay season up front, kicking goals. Alistair Clarkson I thought he did okay as coach. What else? Obviously they weren't the team that everyone was talking about this year, but they still did okay. Obviously 16th isn't a great position to finish in, but I mean this year there's definitely some positive signs. They'll finish higher. Maybe they'll finish out of the bottom 4. I don't know. North did okay. You got to give them a bit of credit, I thought. And I mean I know no one's going to care about it, but when they beat Richmond by like a few points at the MCG, that was exciting. You know that. But you know that was an exciting win. So yeah, North did okay, I thought. They didn't do great.
Hang on a sec.
I'm just going to change that.
Should be. Should that be? I wonder.
I might just skip this part because I actually we're almost done with this reaction.
Yes, right. So, I think it looks a little bit better. So that's the teams missing out. Okay, well, it's blurry. I don't know. And now does it? In fact, it's back.
What did I put
Now,
North?
what is it? 5, right?
Hang on.
4 again. And you know what? Minor Premiership, are they good enough? They'll go in top. They will go bottom 5. There we go, bottom 5, right? So 13th, Port Adelaide. They will go
Oh boy.
top 8. They'll go in the top 8. I think they'll go in top 4 again.
Oh boy.
And you know what? Minor Premiership, are they good enough? I think they will. I think they'll go 3rd. They'll finish 3rd this year. I think they will.
I moved them to 2nd. Okay, Port. Oh boy. Can we honestly just move on with Port? They came 13th and I had them for 2nd, not 3rd, because I eventually changed their positioning. Yeah, man. Oh. Not a good season. And poor Ken Hinkley now gone. Was it Ryan Carr now their interim coach, let's say, just for this season? He just knew it was coming. You got to feel sorry for the guy, but just Port in general, they perhaps they overachieved. I don't know. It just there wasn't much to get excited about. They had that game against Hawthorn in opening round, I think it was. Might have been opening round. And they piled on 70 points or something in a quarter. It was insane. But yeah, Port weren't great. They weren't. Nothing like the year before. I think they've bitten off more than could chew. They got some good wins, but I mean, my side smashed them back at home. Yeah, it was forgetful. It was a forgetful season for Port. That's all I can say, honestly. Who was their best player? The Hornet. Jason Horne-Francis did all right. Didn't see too much of him. Who else did okay? Darcy Byrne-Jones. Okay, Darcy Byrne-Jones kicked the winning goal. Was it this season? Was it? I can't remember. Might have been. Was it the year before? I can't remember. No, I think that was this season. I think.
The West Coast Eagles. I reckon they're going to shoot up a bit. They finished 16th this year, the Eagles. I won't get the wooden spoon, that's for sure. I think
they got the wooden spoon. 1 win and 23 losses, 24 losses. Was it 25 rounds? How many rounds was it this year? I've got to remember. AFL 2025. How many rounds were there? 24, yeah. So they no, they didn't get a draw, did they? No, No, they didn't. 23 losses, 1 win against St Kilda. It was possibly the worst season for an AFL team since maybe 2016 or even 2001 by Fremantle, which I think was 2 wins, maybe 1 win, something like that, and 2 wins and 23 losses or something. But awful season. Yeah. Smashed every game. Oscar Allen now off to the Lions. There's nothing really positive to talk about with the Eagles heading into this year, to be honest. Maybe they'll get out of the wooden spoon territory. I'm not so sure. They collected their 3rd wooden spoon, I think. 3rd wooden spoon? Or did they get back to back? 2010, 2023, and 2025. 3 wooden spoons. 2 within the space of 2 years. Obviously, Richmond getting the wooden spoon the year prior. But obviously, Richmond avoided it by 1 place. Did they? Yeah. 4 off. Not the worst, but not great. But yeah, awful season for West Coast. Nothing to celebrate about.
They're going to shit up a little. In fact, what's that? Yeah. 14? I think they might shoot up to 14. 2 places up the ladder. Harley Reid's exciting. Waterman's a great player. Their coach is exciting. There's some good stuff going on with the Eagles. It's good to hear. And they got some great wins at home. So there's a lot to get excited about if you're a Eagles fan.
There's really not.
So yeah, Eagles finish 14. The Sainters. Boy. Unfortunately, I can't give them top 8. What's that? 15th. Yeah, poor old Saints. It's not going to be a great year, is it?
It wasn't.
I don't know. Not to get excited.
But of course, there were some moments to be proud of. Obviously, they finished 12th, had them for 15th. 3 places off, not the worst. Don't hate that. He was incredible. He was. The Saints, they did have, and it's going to get brought up for years, Nasiah Wanganeen-Milera kicks 2 match-winning goals against Melbourne, and they're 49 points down, 50 points down. It had broken the record set by the Brisbane Bears in 96 against Hawthorn by, I think, 5 points or something. So for the first time in 29 years, St Kilda had achieved a magical achievement at the Dome, otherwise known as Marvel Stadium. It wasn't a full house, but it was a great crowd, and it was a great win. They awarded the free kick to St Kilda, kicked it down the middle, marks it inside 50, kicks the winning snag, and they win the game by a goal. It was insane. It was so, wow. It was a perfect way to, it was an awesome win. And they did have some good wins. They had a thrilling win over Essendon in what was a dead rubber match. What else? They beat Richmond twice, so they beat Richmond in a close one. They beat my Cats in a thriller again. They won in a close one. They had some really good wins, and they had that insane, they almost put up 100 points against Fremantle at home. That was a huge win, and they deserved it. They deserved that win, St Kilda. No, they did well. They didn't do great, obviously. They didn't make the 8, but they had one of the wins of the year. It was insane.
Excited about, but it's not really anything to. Wish them all the best. Of course, I wish them all the best every year, but they just have it tough, don't they? Yeah. Oh well. Best of luck, Saints, I suppose. North finished 17th. No, surely not again. I think they'll finish higher.
Oh, I'm going back to North.
16th.
Well, we've already talked about North.
16th. Was it Luke Parker from the Swans joining them?
Luke Parker.
So
That's who I couldn't think of his name.
Seniority, which is good.
He did all right.
Bit of belief. It's good to see.
Cameron Zurhaar. How could I forget about him?
It's exciting if you're a North Melbourne supporter. Wish them all the best and see how they go.
What's his name? I can't think.
Surely they'll go above 17.
Luke Darling even. Luke Darling.
No. We are down to the last team, Sydney. So
Jack Darling.
Sydney finished first, lost the grand final. But here's an interesting little tidbit. since they've lost every grand final, that would be 2012. Sorry, not 2012. They won 2012. 2014, 2016, 2022. I noticed something. I could be wrong, but I think Sydney missed out on the top 4. I think when they've lost those grand finals. So for that, Sydney will make the 8.
They didn't.
But where are they going to fall? I'm not so sure about top 4.
They didn't make top 4.
In fact,
Nor top 8.
yeah, 5th. I'm going to give Sydney 5th.
Pause. They came 10th. I had them for 5th. They were nowhere near good enough. What's his name? Let me think. Dean Cox, who filled in for the sad departure of John Horse Longmire. Don't think it's his middle name, but his nickname, Horse, they called him. Yeah, not a great season. Did have a very good win over Brisbane at the Gabba towards the end of the season, which was a nice, I guess it was a bit of revenge for what they'd done to them in the grand final. But they won by 2 points, but man, they held on with about 4 seconds to go. And Brisbane Lions made a very late resurgence. Possibly could have snatched it. Would have been insane if they'd won it. But yeah, really, they had some good games at home, but they got pumped. They really did. They disappointed a lot of fans. They got pumped by Adelaide at home by almost 100 points. What else just didn't work out? They won that epic contest against Fremantle in round 2 by 3 points, I think, 2 points, something like that. Amadi kicking winning goal with a minute 27 to go. And as Fremantle kicked the ball down long, the siren goes right as he's about to mark it. So that was a good contest. But yeah, no, it wasn't that good of a season. They got pumped in a lot of matches. They just weren't good enough, Sydney. He was okay. They were all okay in that, Rampy and Papley, of course. Rampy, Papley, Grundy. No, wasn't that good.
5th. It's going to be an interesting year for Sydney. We'll see what happens. New coach. What's his name? Dean Cox. Is it Dean Cox?
Yes, it is.
No.
Dean Cox.
Yes, it is Dean Cox. And of course, John Longmire getting the sack. The poor guy. He's been there for quite some time. So, it's going to be very interesting. I'm just going to change this ladder up a bit. Brisbane for the minor premiership? Yeah, why not? Geelong second, I don't know. They finished 3rd this year. I think they'll finish 4th. There you go. 4th.
This year. You
4th.
mean last year?
Now, Adelaide.
When did I shoot?
Wow.
1 year ago. Last year,
Do I?
Doesn't matter.
I didn't think about this. Do you know what? Yeah. Crows to finish 17th. I can't believe I'm going to do that. I feel awful. I have a feeling that won't happen.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Can we...
So if we have a look at the ladder, so I'm convinced with that. Port finishing second. Sydney, I'm finishing.
Can we just get to Richmond?
What? I'm going to change it. Carlton 7th. Collingwood 8th. Yeah. 9th. Yes, the Tigers.
Here we go.
Yep, I think so. And the grand final?
Oh.
forward.
Okay, so I didn't get into too much detail about Richmond, but obviously, to everyone's surprise, they avoided the wooden spoon, finishing 17th with 2 wins, or 3 wins, something like that. Oh no, I think it might have been more like 4 wins. But Richmond, yeah, they did surprise us. They beat Carlton, Essendon, West Coast Eagles, and I feel like they beat another team. Who was that other team? Oh, Gold Coast. They beat another side, didn't they? I think they did. Four wins. Yeah, 4 wins. Yeah, it was. No, there was some exciting highlights. Seth Campbell, obviously, kicking the winning goal against Carlton in a thriller, winning by 13 points. And I can't remember the guy's name, something Brown. He does that charge down, make it sound like rugby league, but he makes a huge tackle. I can't think. I think it might have been Harley Reid. I can't think who the Weagles player was at the G, and that was a match-winning moment. That's what won them the game by 2 points. So there was definitely some highlights for Richmond. No doubt about that. There were some exciting moments, obviously, with their new coach, Adam Uze. But it was... they put the brakes on for a little bit. It didn't last very long, but they did avoid the wooden spoon. They did a lot better than a lot of us thought. Maybe they'll go better this year. So that's going to be exciting to get into.
Wooden spoon, yes. I couldn't be asked printing out my script like what I did last year. I don't know. I'm going to give the Brownlow to Brown. I'm just going to put it out there because I am awful at editing, but I'm just going to put it out there. I think Brownlow will go to... Who will win the Brownlow?
Who did I have for the Brownlow?
I don't know.
I did too.
I'm going to give the Brownlow to Harley Reid for the West Coast Eagles. There you go.
Bad call. That went to Matty Rowell for the Gold Coast Suns.
The Coleman, he'll be kicking all those sausage rolls.
That Coleman, I got correct.
Give it to, I reckon...
I know my Coleman medal, people.
Who do you give it to? Honestly don't know. Give it to Jeremy Cameron for Geelong. I don't think so. I don't know. And the grand final, and the North South medal. The grand final will be between the Brisbane Lions.
Adelaide.
I think maybe an outside team in the top 8. Brisbane Lions in the granny taking on who? Fuck it. Brisbane Lions will take on Port Adelaide. It will be a 2004 classic. I think the Lions will go back-to-back at the G. I don't care about the margin and that. And, yeah. There you have it.
Okay, so I didn't actually say who would win the Norm Smith. Who did win the Norm Smith? It was for the Lions, obviously. Was it Calamachi or something? Now gone to. Who did he go to? Did he go to the Crows? Did he? I think he did. Oh, the Weagles or something. I can't remember. I did get who would win the grand final, which was Brisbane Lions, I think. The actual grand final I got wrong who it would be between, of course, Brisbane Lions and Geelong. But yeah, that's my reactions. Now, finally, we are going to the business end of it all. Who is going to finish where in season 2026? So I've got 1 to 4, 5 to 8, 9 to 11. So the ones that are just missing out, 12 to 14. Tried hard enough, but in the end, just wasn't good enough. Off to an absolute flyer, finishing 15th to 17, and of course, dreaded misery. So, I think it'd be fitting to start with the winners of your grand final for 2025, the Brisbane Lions. There is no argument. Definitely in the top 4, possibly top 2. Now, they finished 3rd last year, had them for the minor premiership last year, finishing 1st. Yeah, I'm going to back him for the minor premiership. I see them achieving not only having a better season, I see them doing it. 3-peats for just the second time in their history. I don't think any other club has ever done that. I don't think. Maybe Collingwood did it. No. Maybe Collingwood did it. I don't know. But someone's sneezing. Yeah, the Lions. I've got them for the minor premiership for this year. They're going to have a very strong season. They're going to do well. The Lions, definitely. Geelong. My Geelong Cats. Top 4 again. Oh, I don't know. Nah. I'm going to go into the 5 to 8 region. I'll put us at 5th. Let's see here. Jezza will have another breakout season, hopefully. Bailey Smith will do really well in terms of possessions. Max Holmes will have a good season. Patrick Dangerfield has announced his retirement. That might be a hindrance with the Cats on how they perform this year. I don't see us making the grand final this year. I just don't think it'll happen. I think with that loss, it's going to affect us physically and mentally. And there's going to be games where I'm going to be going, how the did we lose? So I think fifth position for the Cats. I think I don't know, man. I mean, we could finish in the top 4 for all we know. We could. But I don't see it happening. I just don't have enough confidence for the top 4. So yeah, let's go for another team. Go Adelaide, the Crows. Now claimed the minor premiership, went out in straight sets. I see them making the 8 again. They can't miss out this year. Where do they finish? I'm not so sure about minor premiership again. I'll go in the top 4. I think Adelaide will finish. I'll go second. I'll go the Crows to finish second. I think they've got a good squad. Calamachi. It is him that's going to the Crows, isn't it? What else? Rochelle, Riley Thilthorpe. He'll have another great season with a boot, kicking up forward, depending on what position he'll be. And they're going to have some really good wins at home. It's going to be exciting. They're going to win some close matches. They're going to have a strong season, the Crows. I can see them finishing second. Possibly the minor premiership again. I don't think so. I think Lions have got that one. Hopefully, I've gotten that right with the Lions looking at the minor premiership. But no, the Crows, they're going to be a strong side this year again, and they'll want to win a final so they can forget about last year's finals run. But no, they're going to be a strong side. They're going to do really well. Let's move to Collingwood. The Pies, they came fourth. Did all right in the finals. Got beaten by the Lions in the prelim. Yeah, I'll go top four. I'll go the Pies to finish third. Go third. The Pies to move up one position above. Jamie Ellett will be in decent form, I think. Scotty Pendlebury will be an interesting talking point if he decides to play towards the end of the year for 2026. What else? I'm just trying to think of other stuff to talk about with Collingwood. No, they'll be strong. They'll be strong this year. There'll still be a patch where they're a little bit vulnerable, I have a feeling, against some other weaker sides maybe, but they're going to win some close ones, and they're going to get some big wins, Collingwood, this season. Make no mistake about it. So, yeah, put them in third. Let's go GWS, the Giants. They'll make the 8. They won't finish bottom 4. They finished 5th last year. Will they finish 4th? Yeah, okay. All right. I'll give them a shot at 4. They finished 5th. Didn't do that well. Well, they got beaten in the elimination final against Hawthorn, and obviously lost. And they didn't have that good of a season. They got some big scalps here and there, but I think they'll do slightly better this year. They'll have Clary Oliver playing in the middle. They'll have Jesse Hogan. If he's in form, he'll be kicking quite a few goals. Riccardi, Tom Green, and of course Toby Green. So their midfield will look pretty solid. They'll get some crazy wins away. They'll have a pretty strong, I think, a pretty strong home record, I think, in terms of wins at home. And they may win more than one final in the finals. So, they'll, as much as I hate them, as you know, as a Cats fan, they'll do well. I think they'll finish around 4th. Could finish slightly higher, but I'll give them 4th. So yeah. Next side, let's have a look at. No, just hang on. Hawthorn now finished 8th. I reckon they're going to go quite a few better. I think they're going to finish. I'd put them at 6th. Move 2 places up. Pretty solid season last year. I think they'll go a little bit better. They'll have those clutch winning moments with their tall forwards. They'll get some massive wins away and at home. They're going to be a strong side in Tassie. And they're going to have some exciting moments throughout the season. Definitely Hawthorn. No, they're going to do well once again this season, Hawthorn. I could see one of their players, possibly Joe Newcomb, maybe be in contention for the Brownlow medal. We'll get to my Brownlow medal and that a little bit later on, but no, they're going to do really well. Let's go to Fremantle now. I've put them in this region here a few times in previous seasons. I'm not going to do that. I think they will make the 8. I hope they don't. So 5, 6. I will give them 7th. I will give the Dockers 7th. They came 6th. Did pretty well to finish off the year. Obviously, were disappointing towards the end, losing in that elimination final against Gold Coast. But they'll do pretty well at home. They won't have Nat Fyfe because he's retired. Same with Michael Walters as well. So quite a few players have retired. I think it's going to come down to their forwards and possibly the back line, specifically with Josh Tracy. If he doesn't get injured and if he kicks goals all season, who knows what he can do for Fremantle this year. And of course, same with, I guess, Brayshaw. So that's another thing to consider as well. And can Sarong be in form as well? So, yeah, that's what they're going to be aiming for, the Dockers, I think. And I don't know if they'll tick all those boxes of what they want to achieve, but they're going to try their darndest. I can assure you on that one. And they're definitely going to be a real thorn in some other opponents, a real thorn in opponent sides, I think, playing away and what have you. So yeah, I can see that happening. Okay, let's go to Gold Coast. Yeah, you know what? Why not? The Gold Coast Suns. They came 7th. Had some really strong wins. Had a pretty good season, considering, some of the results didn't go their way. But no, the Suns, they're good enough to possibly make it back-to-back finals appearances, which would be really good for the game again. They're going to have some strong wins at home, some strong wins away, I think. I think they're going to be a real difficult side to win against, especially if you play them in the top end. They're not easy. They've got a very strong record over there, over in Darwin. I think they're going to do really well this year, the Gold Coast Suns. There's going to be a Matt Rowell. Perhaps he'll be in flying form, and same with Humphreys, where I can't think of his full name. But no, they're going to do really well, the Gold Coast Suns. And they have Jamara Ugle-Hagan from the Western Bulldogs. That's a huge bonus if you want to win more games and contend for the finals once again. So that's another thing they'll get up and about for. 9th position, I'm going to give to the Bulldogs. What did they come last year? 9th. I'm going to give them 9th. They don't deserve to make the 8 this year, just like they have done in many other years. They do have good players. Obviously, Sam Darcy, Luke Darcy's son, so long as he doesn't get injured. But let's be real. Does anyone really care about Bontempelli except those that are delusional? Let's not mince words here, people. Tom Liberatore is still playing, should retire. No one cares about him anymore, man. There's just so many players on that side that just don't do anything. They're there to just get people's attention. No one cares. It's not 2016, guys. This is 2026, 10 years when you won that bullshit grand final and you know it. But, yeah, no. They deserve to be put there. I don't want them making the 8. I don't see them making the 8. I see them just being a bunch of choke artists like they have been in a few years. And besides, when they make the finals, what are they going to do? Not show up and lose the first final, and that's it. Boring. Okay, next club, we'll go Carlton. I'm going to put them at 10th. Finished 11th, had them for 7th, was it? Yeah. Was it 7th? No. Where did I have them for? Yeah, 7th. 7th. No, they're going to falter, Carlton. They'll have some good wins, but against a side like that they can't seem to win against, no, they're not going to do very well, Carlton. They're going to really struggle. Paddy Cripps might be in form, and same for Charlie Curnow, but honestly, I just don't see a lot of positivity, a lot of good things going on at Carlton. But hey, if they shoot up a few places and they prove me wrong, well done to them. But it's just not that exciting, I don't think, heading into this year for Carlton. Similar with another side, Sydney, 11th. Yeah, I think so. Sydney. Sydney. Yeah, no. It's going to take a little while to get used to with a new coach and how things are going. They'll get some good wins at home, some crazy wins away, but there'll be days where they just don't turn up at their home deck. I just know it. No, it's going to be a tough year for Sydney, I think, and they're just going to have to live with it. I think for 2026, it's not great. It's not great. Yeah, but hey, if Heaney finishes as their leading goal kicker, well done to him. That's a great achievement, and he's been at the con for 11 years now. 11th. Who do I put at 12th? No. I'm going to put Melbourne at 12th. Melbourne coming. Just wait a sec. Sorry about that. Had to put the phone down because someone had disturbed me. Anyway, Melbourne, 12th. I think 12th suits them. New coach, new tactic. Will it work out? I don't know. I think Melbourne, they're going to be exciting. Make no doubt about it, but yeah, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they did finish 12th. It's just going to be a difficult season, I think, for the D's. I think. I don't think they're going to have that good of a year. So yeah, nothing really to say about Melbourne, unfortunately. Yep, 13th. I'm going to give 13th to Port. Obviously coming 13th last year. New coach. So many clubs have got new coaches. Ryan Carr, or whatever his name is. Is it Ryan Carr? What is their coach's name? Their interim coach. He's not their actual. Port Adelaide coach. Carr, isn't it? 2026. Josh Carr. Close. Josh Carr. Hey, if they start off the season really well and Jason Horne-Francis, the Hornet, is in absolute sensational form, then maybe they will shoot up quite a few places, but no, I don't see it happening. They'll have some good wins at home again, but they're going to be a disappointment at stages, especially when it comes to the showdown between their crosstown rivals, the Crows. So, yeah. But, well, who knows? They might shock me. They might do really well, but I just don't think so. So 13th. Who have I got at 14th? I'm going to give it to to St Kilda. I think Saints, it's a bit harsh. I think they'll do better than 14th. Actually, I think I'll give Saints 12th. I'll give Melbourne 13th. Port 14th. No, you know what? Melbourne to finish a little bit lower. Melbourne to finish 14th. Yeah, Port 13th. I think that's fair. I think Saints will do okay. They won't make the 8. But Wanganeen Miller is going to be in. I'm telling you, he's going to be their best player for the year. I hope. He's going to be awesome. They're going to get some awesome. I reckon they might get a thrilling come from behind win this year. I can just see it, and it's just going to be awesome to witness. But there's going to be some exciting moments for St Kilda, I think. And Ross Lyon once again coaching St Kilda for another season. Maybe he's got an ace up his sleeve, Roscoe. Maybe, but yeah, we'll see what's in store for them. It could be really exciting. You never know. 15th, I'm going to give it to North Melbourne. North Melbourne. Now they finished 16th. I really wanted to put them a few more places up, but a position up is an improvement. I think they'll finish 15th. I think they'll get slightly more wins than last year. They won't, unfortunately, get out the bottom 4. They'll just be inside, finishing 15th. But there's going to be some exciting moments. I really do. Yeah, no. What's going to be good about their wins? Let's see. Well, Jack Darling's still there, but Cameron Zerha, he has been in solid form, and maybe the big Souvlaki Meister, the big Nick Larkey. Maybe he might have a better year with a boot, kicking goals, kicking the pill. So, yeah, I think North will be okay. They won't do amazing, but they'll impress. I think they'll impress a lot of other supporters and what have you from opponent sides, which is good to see. 16th, I'm going to give to the Richmond Tigers. I don't see them getting the wooden spoon. I see them, they finish 17th. Yeah, 17th. I think they'll go a position higher. I think they'll finish 16th. I think they'll get 5-6 wins, I think. Might be just enough. I think it'll be enough to get away from the wooden spoon. And I think Seth Campbell will have a decent season. They've still got Tom Lynch. He'll do okay with a boot. There'll be a bit of experience with the youth that they've got. There'll be some exciting moments to witness this year for the Richmond Tigers, I think. And Uze might get a few mentions about being the underdog coach of the year. I don't know about that, but honestly, I think Richmond will do okay. They won't do great, but just like with North, they'll impress a few people, I think. Yeah. Next one, Essendon. I'm gonna. Wow. Essendon to finish 17th. Yeah, would they finish 15th? Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't actually checked their squad for 2026. 2026. Essendon playing squad. So you got Kako, good player, Darcy Parish, Cole Langford, consistent, Nate Caddy, not a bad player, Zach Merritt, who is still staying at the club. I thought he was going to go big, tall Peter Wright, and Xavier Dersma. So, yeah, that's something to get excited about. You got all those players, but I don't know. I just don't see enough experience there. I don't know. And Toddy Goldstein now announcing his retirement, both playing for North and Essendon, two clubs. It was bound to happen eventually. I mean, he was nearly 40. Yeah, he was like 30. How old was Toddy? 34 or something? 30. I don't know, 35. Todd Goldstein. 37. Yeah, so I think he made the right decision. He did retire, didn't he? Retirement. Yep. So that's another thing as well. But yeah, I think Essendon are going to have a very tough season, unfortunately. And the Weagles, which of course leaves them no other place than, unfortunately, send your wooden spoon. Said wooden spoon even. Yeah, it's... man. Here's something the Weagle fans can only imagine for what they want to hear. The words they want to hear for this year. You will get more than one win this season. You got one win and 23 losses. The worst for a side to finish 18th since about 2016, maybe even 2001, when Fremantle came last. So I think they will get more than one win. I reckon they'll pull off a draw. I'm thinking they'll get... I think they might get more than 2 wins. I think they'll get maybe 3 to 4 wins. I think the bare minimum is no less than 3 wins, 4 wins at least. It'd be much better. They would have doubled their win count than what they did last year. So that would be something to be at least somewhat happy about. But other than that, I need to have a look at their squad. They got Waterman still. They did have... I'm just trying to remember who left. One of them went to Hawthorn. And that's really hurted their 2026 squad. Yeah, playing list. You got Waterman, Baker, the former Tiger, Yo, Elijah Hewitt, Harley Reid, always exciting, Brockman, Tim Kelly, the former Cat, Liam Duggan, Jamie Cripps, who is always somewhat of a consistent player, Matt Owies, the former Bagger, Jack Graham, Archie Reid, who I'm assuming might be a brother to Harley Reid, could be a hunch, Matthew Flynn, and of course, Bailey Williams, I forgot about that, but no Oscar Allen, who, as I mentioned, and I'm sure a lot of other AFL fans are well aware, has gone to the Lions. So you don't have him up forward as a leader, as the captain. Oh, a lot of things will need to be changed, that's for sure. Definitely their midfield, and I think sorting out who goes where when positioning them on the clipboard. So clipboard on the whiteboard, not clipboard. But yeah, I think the Weagles are going to get their 4th wooden spoon and their 3rd in the space of what? About 3 years. And for the first time in their history, consecutive wooden spoons, 2 wooden spoons in consecutive seasons. 1 in 2025, 1 in 2026. But hopefully they don't get that wooden spoon, because I think I know this sounds somewhat outlandish, but I think they know well enough that they should be able to avoid it. If anything, a side like Essendon should get the wooden spoon, because there's just nothing to really talk about. excites me when you hear the word Essendon. So yeah, so we've got that sorted. Now, of course, we do, just for the hell of it, we'll sort out who wins the Brownlow, who will win the Rising Star. I'll need to look up the Rising Star players. Then sort out who will be in the grand final, who will win the Norm Smith medal, and then I will conclude all of this. So to start off with, the Brownlow medal will go to, it was Matt Rowell last year, it was Charlie Curnow and it was Patrick Cripps for Carlton in 2024. The Brownlow medal will go towards, who will it go towards? Okay, I have like 3 clubs in mind. I'm just thinking of a player from that club who, I may as well just, who is in contention for the 2026 Brownlow medal. No, I don't know why they keep picking him. You know what? Why not? He seems to never win it the way how they choose who wins the Brownlow. But Nick Dacos from the Collingwood Magpies for your Brownlow medal. Why not? Why not? Get on the trend. He never wins it. It's either him, Matt Rowell, or Carlton. So Brownlow will be Nick Dacos. Hopefully the umpires don't rig it like they have done for the last 3 years. Something seriously needs to be sorted about that. Let's see. Rising Star. Who is in contention for the Rising Star? 2026 AFL Rising Star. Why not? We'll give it to Jagger Smith for the Rising Star. Who does Jagger Smith, who's he going to play for this year? Jagger Smith. He is a bagger. He is a Carlton Blue bagger. All right, well, the man from what looks like Port Melbourne in the VFL, the Borough as they call it, is in contention at $4 to win it. That's the odds. So there you go, Jagger Smith, the 19-year-old. You have my word as the AFL Rising Star. Best of luck. Now, let's make another tier. I'll go to settings, add a row above. This will be the grand final. Who is it going to be? Okay, well, I already have the side in mind. That will be the Brisbane Lions, just instantly. And who are they going to take on in the grand final? No, Geelong, no. I don't see it happening. All right, this is what apparently the grand final is going to be. It's going to be between the Brisbane Lions and the Adelaide Crows. This will be the first time these two sides have ever played in a grand final. I think the last time these two sides played in a finals series, when was that? Might have been in the late 90s or early 2000s, but never mind that. These two sides are going to meet each other in the grand final. We are going to have an interstate grand final. We're going to have a team from Adelaide, from South Australia, a team from Queensland. It's going to be a spectacle to behold. It's going to be enjoyable. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be competitive. It's going to be a great grand final. The Brisbane Lions and the Adelaide Crows for the 2026. What is the sponsor now? Is it still Toyota? Yeah, Toyota. For the 2026 Toyota AFL Premiership season. And of course, who's going to take it out? I'm just going to put grand final winner. So we toss out who's going to win it. And that is going to be the Brisbane Lions, who will take it out. They will have won their 2002, 2003, 2023, 2024, 2025. Their sixth premiership, the second side, I'm pretty sure, in AFL history, and I think in just football, in Aussie rules history ever, to have won grand finals twice in consecutive seasons in 3 years, twice. And maybe they will do what Collingwood did back from 1927, I believe it was, till 1930. 4-peat, which hasn't been seen for almost 100 years. Just about that. 1930 was the last year to do it. 96 years. So that would be pretty remarkable. But there you have it. There are the tips. They are all done. May the best side win. Boy, it's going to be a crazy year of football. That will do it. So this video is coming towards an end. Thank you. I want to thank everyone who was able to get through all this. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, or leave a thumbs down if you disagreed. Always curious to know what your predictions are. Tell me in the comments below. Make sure to give this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really means a lot. I hope you all, hopefully you've had an enjoyable day. It's a hot day today, I'll tell you that. And yeah, we'll do it all over again in the next year, practically on the same day. What's today? The 10th of January. So rinse and repeat. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all for watching. Take care.